Hi everyone, John Cottrell here of MBODY Yoga in Salt Lake City. This is Power Hour. This is a 60-minute power yoga practice. So we are going to be moving, and our specific focus today will be standing balancing poses. So I've put together a sequence of just a great and fun variety of balancing postures. That means a lot of standing, a lot of work for our legs and feet, hamstrings. So we're going to do some hamstring stretching and just some opening up of the body so we can prepare for this great flow that I have in store for you. For your props, you may need a yoga strap, so we're going to be stretching out those hamstrings. So a strap or a jump rope or a belt, something like that, that could be of assistance to you. If you don't have one, that's okay, because there's certainly ways you can stretch out your hamstrings without the use of a strap, but it's nice to have as a tool. So we'll have that nearby. And then, of course, some yoga blocks, if you happen to have them, something stackable. It could also be some stacked books, some hardbound books, great to use for your practice, just for some of the poses that we do. Although, yes, a lot of our postures will be standing, so you may not need the blocks, but just for other poses, they can come in handy. And if they just happen to just sit by your yoga mat, that's okay. All right, but you know that you have them. And maybe a hand towel just to wipe off sweat and some bottled water. And then we're ready to go. All right, I think that's it. So let's go ahead and begin. So I invite you to stand near the top of your mat in mountain pose. So that's with your feet about hip distance apart, toes pointing forward, just like that. And just your arms just relax down by your side for the moment. We'll be doing a lot of standing, so let's just pay attention to our standing position. We have good posture, nice alignment. Just be aware that you have an even distribution of weight from left to right, right to left. You feel rooted and connected into the ground. And you're making this connection. You might even close your eyes, start taking some deep breaths in and out. Just to tune in. Arrive in this moment. Very nice. As you become more aware of your breath, you may want to inhale and feel your breath rising upward to fill up your lungs. Nice expansiveness in the chest. And then as you exhale, connect to center, draw navel inward toward your spine. This is the abdominal lock, and this will certainly come in handy for our standing balancing postures. So again, as you breathe in, you want to feel taller, feel the lengthening in your spine, nice long torso, fill up your lungs, and then as you exhale, just gently draw the navel in toward your spine so you can feel the engagement of your abdominal muscles. Again, that's the abdominal lock, or Uddiyana Bandha. Just being aware of breath moving through your body and how your body is responding to breath. Let's go ahead and take 3 more breaths in and out. Prepare your body to move. When you're ready, inhale and extend your arms overhead, reach all the way up. And exhale, let's fold forward, so a good hinge from your hips. Bend your knees as much as you need to as you make your way down towards your toes. Inhale, slide your hands up to your shins, knees, or even your thighs to extend your spine so you're long and flat like a table. And exhale, we'll fold. Come back down. Let's hold here for a moment, because this is a good opportunity to allow the hamstrings to start stretching. Even with a bend in the knees, this should be fine. You should still be able to feel the lengthening through the backs of your legs. You might even shift your weight slightly forward towards your toes. That will engage the hamstrings a little bit more. You can even hang all the way down and just even hang loosely here if you like, just to shake out the shoulders. Even a little sway in the upper body to get into your low back and hips. Couple more breaths. Then shifting your weight back into your heels, bend your knees, feel like you're going to sit down into a low chair. Look forward to extend your spine. Extend your arms out to the side, then stand up all the way, reaching into the air. And exhale and bring your arms down by your side. That's our half salute to the sun. We'll do that one more time, just making that flow. Whenever you're ready. Inhale, extend your arms into the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Good hinge of hips with soft knees. Inhale, rise up halfway. Feel the top of your head lead you forward. Exhale, back down we go. Weights in the heels, soft knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Come all the way back up to standing. Reach a little higher if you're able. Get nice and tall. Exhale, arms back down by your side. Just a brief pause here. Return to the sensation of breath. Again, that inhale to feel lengthening in the spine, filling up your lungs. Exhale, the abdominal lock. Let's continue with our sun salutation. When you're ready, inhale, extend your arms all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Take your time. You don't have to rush any of this at all. Inhale, rise up halfway. And the exhale, bend your knees enough, round your spine, bring your hands to the floor in front of your feet, and step both of your feet back to the back end of your mat until you're in a straight line, plank pose. Let's hold here for several breaths. Good strength building here as you press the hands firmly into the floor, strong arms. Just as you draw your belly button up towards your spine, in most of our poses, feel the inner arms squeeze in towards each other. We call this hugging in towards the midline. At least that's what I like to call it. Inhale here. As you exhale, bend your knees a little, send your hips up into the air. It's just a shortcut to downward facing dog. Feel free to make any adjustments with your feet, maybe your hands, and settle in. Strong hands still pressing into the floor, inner arms hugging in towards each other. Feel the energy in your arms, even a little stretch sensation in your shoulders, back, and chest. Knees can remain soft here, hips lifting nice and high. Even feel free to pedal the feet. Press one heel down then the other, and this will start stretching the calves. Again, we're doing a lot of standing, balancing postures, which will involve a lot of leg strength, mobility, and flexibility. So let's get a nice release through the calf muscles. And we're getting a stretch through the toes. Come back to a downward facing dog. Hold in stillness as you take a breath in. Exhale, walk, step, or hop both feet up to the top of the mat. Inhale to extend your spine, and exhale to fold. Weights in the heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Come all the way back up to standing. Reaching high. Exhale, arms back down by your side. Excellent. Now we're going to keep this moving and moving right into Series B. Inhale, reach into the air. Exhale, take chair pose or chair-like position. Once you're in your seat, inhale, extend your arms out. And exhale, diving out of your seat, down towards your toes, forward fold. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, fold all the way down, hands to the floor. Step both feet back, plank pose. Breathe in for this long, strong, straight line. Exhale, bend your elbows to lower your straight line of a body down towards the ground. Inhale, upward facing dog, just pressing hands into the floor, straightening your arms, looking forward for your back bend. Exhale, onto your toes, lifting knees, then hips, up into the air, into your inverted posture, downward facing dog. Inhale now, extend right leg up behind you, reaching long. Exhale, right foot to the top of the mat. Turn left heel to the floor. Make sure there's good balance between both feet here. Let's rise up, warrior one, reaching into the air. Exhale, fold, bringing hands back down to the floor. And step back, plank pose. Bend elbows, lower your body downward. This is Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. When you're ready, inhale, extend left leg up behind you, reaching long. Exhale, left foot now to the top of the mat. Right heel plants into the floor. Extend your torso straight out over the left leg here. Then inhale, rise, warrior one. And exhale, hinging, folding, hands back down to the floor. Go ahead and step back, plank pose. Bend elbows, lower your way down. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Let's pause here for a moment. Just getting some good flow and movement through the body, moving with breath. Let's take a moment to go to the floor. So go ahead and kneel down, take a seat. You might sit back first in hero briefly. Sit off to the side, swing the legs around to the front. Sit in the center of your mat. And then go ahead and lie down onto your back. We're going to move into bridge pose. So you're going to lie down with your knees bent, feet flat on the ground. And just take a few breaths here, a few moments, just to relax, melt into the ground. Remember, a lot of balancing is coming ahead, a lot of standing. So here's a little opportunity for a quick rest and a reconnection to your breath. When you're ready to move, take a nice full inhale. Fill up your lungs. As you exhale, draw navel to spine, engaging your abdominal muscles, but also feel your low back press into the floor. And then peel away from the floor, lifting your hips up into the sky. With your arms, you might get your arms and shoulders a bit underneath you. That might require some rocking of your upper body left and right a little bit. There we are. And then maybe bending elbows at 90 degrees, pressing your arms down into the ground. Just help stabilize the body so you can hold this for several more breaths. Deep breaths to feel the nice opening through the whole front side of your body. Lots of energy here. This is good for the legs too, not only just the heart space, but your legs. Really press firmly into the floor, maybe lifting a tiny bit higher, and feel how your thighs engage, maybe your hamstrings and glutes all engage here. Let's do one more thing. Let's step the feet a little closer to ourselves, rise up on tiptoes, and lift a little higher. By stepping the feet closer in, it keeps the knees nicely aligned over ankles, but this now activates the calves. Still squeeze towards midline, or this hug in towards your center with the legs. 2 more breaths. Lots of activation here. Go ahead and step forward so your feet are flat. Extend your arms straight up into the air, and then roll your way down slowly to the ground. Once you've made this soft connection, draw knees to chest, start rocking forward and back. With a good exhale, rock your way up to seated so you can come to boat pose. Here you might flex your feet to keep the feet activated, legs activated, knees can stay bent, holding on to the backs of the legs, really lift up, extending your spine. Even lift your chin a little bit here so your neck remains long and in the same alignment as your spine. Let's take several breaths here. Core engagement, very necessary for our balancing sequence today. Breathing in, fill up the lungs. Exhale, engaging the abdominal locks several more times. Let's get ready to move. Let's inhale and exhale, cross legs, hands in front, hop or step back into plank pose. Let's just take a shortcut to down dog. Bend your knees, send your hips into the air. Let's continue with a lunge sequence. Here, you're going to extend your right leg up into the air. Inhale, hold on the exhale, and just stay here for a moment. What you're going to do is keep reaching long through the right leg that's in the air with the left foot. Okay, maybe try pressing the left heel towards the floor. It doesn't have to touch the floor, just towards the floor so you can feel that stretching sensation in your calf muscle. And then rise up high onto your tiptoes and even extend the right leg a little higher. Inhale. Exhale, right foot to the top of the mat. Left heel to the floor, back to our warrior 1. Long torso out over the thigh. Inhale, rising up. And exhale, opening to warrior 2. I like to take the feet a little wider to lunge a little deeper in warrior 2 to get into the inner thigh. Holding for a few breaths in warrior 2, and then we'll add on. We're going to take this to side angle pose. So reach out over the right leg here. Rotate the arm so right arm is reaching down, left arm reaching up into the air. We'll hold here for several breaths. These are great prep poses for some other postures that are coming along the way. Breathe in. Here we go. Exhale, we'll turn towards the floor, fold and bend. Bring your hands to the ground. Let's step back into plank pose. Stay here in a strong straight line. While we're here, let's go to right side plank. So right hand's going to stay on the floor, opening up sideways as best as you can towards the left side of the room. If you can't keep the legs straight, but you can place the right knee onto the ground so the knee is directly underneath the hip. If the legs are straight, to keep them straight, flex your feet. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly return to plank pose. Straighten the body. Then a shortcut to down dog. All right, same sequence, other side. Inhale, extend left leg up into the air. Hold on the exhale. Keep extending and reaching through your toes. Be sure your hands are pressing firmly into the floor as well. Hug to center line. Now, with the right foot, the heel is pressing towards the floor to feel that activation in the calf muscle. You might even feel this in the sole of your foot.
Then rise up onto tiptoes, lifting you higher, maybe extending this left leg a little higher. Now inhale. Exhale, let's bring left foot to the top of the mat. Right heel turns to the floor, find your balance. Extended torso over thigh. Inhale, rise up, facing forward, arms up into the air. Exhale, opening to warrior two. Make any adjustments, settle in, and hold. Then moving into our side angle pose, reaching out over the left thigh. Rotate the arm so your left arm comes down and right arm reaches into the air. You can even look up at the right hand, or even at the wall, or even down at the ground. Let's breathe in, and our exhale will turn, bringing hands down to the floor, step back into plank pose. Let's do left side plank, so left hand stays on the ground as you open up sideways towards the right side of the room. Again, left knee can come down to the ground, underneath the left knee, straight line, hip to knee bone. If the legs are straight, flex the feet to keep the legs strong and activated. I can already feel my body wobbling here. Very strong posture, helping to build a little bit more strength. I would even consider this a balancing pose. Let's breathe in. Exhale, hands to the floor. Let's continue the flow, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Let's go back down to the floor. Kneel down, take a seat, or hop forward, cross your legs to take your seat. We're going to extend the legs out front. This is where you might want to use your strap if you happen to have one for our hamstring stretching. So straight legs, again, keep the feet flexed just to keep the legs activated. We'll start with staff pose by placing hands on the floor by your hips, pushing down into the floor to feel the extended spine, even roll the shoulders back, squeezing shoulder blades together, looking directly forward for a nice long neck, nice alignment through the entire body. A couple more breaths. And now we can take our fold. If you're using a strap, let's just go ahead and wrap the strap around the feet, holding onto the strap in both hands. I still like to keep the elbows bent here like this, about 90 degrees. A little tug of the strap will help you to lift to maintain that length in the spine. Let's inhale here, get tall. Exhale, pull belly in, and a little tug of the strap to send the heart forward out towards your toes. Just making a slight adjustment of my hands on the strap. Inhale, more length at this angle. Exhale, pull belly in, hinging a tiny bit more. Now, you're welcome to not go down very far. I'm not down very far at all, but I certainly do feel this. What you can do is actually bend your knees a whole lot more if you'd like, even round your back. So if I bent my knees and rounded my spine, I certainly can go down a little deeper. You can certainly do this without a strap. Maybe your hands are just resting on your shins. But if you can reach your toes, go ahead and reach your toes with your hands. Let's go ahead and take 3 more breaths. Just getting a little bit more length and stretch in our legs. We're going to rise back up until we're nice and tall in our L shape. Hold here. We can go ahead and release the strap and set it to the side. Let's go ahead and bend the knees. Heels on the ground, flexed feet. Start to lean back so you can easily float the feet into the air back to our boat pose. Couple of breaths. And get ready to move. Breathe in. And exhale, cross legs, hands in front. Hop or step back, plank pose. Shortcut to down dog. Hold. Take a nice full breath in. Exhale, walk, step, or hop, both feet up to the top of your mat. Inhale to extend your spine, and a fold. Weights in the heels, bent knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive, come up to standing, reaching into the air. Exhale, arms down by your side. Very nice. I think that's a really good warm-up. Let's get into some balancing. I always like starting standing balancing poses with tree pose. All right, so here we go, tree pose. First, come to mountain pose and feel that evenness of the feet on the ground. Then start shifting your weight over to right foot, press down into the floor. Feel a nice lengthening on the spine, grow tall. Inhale as you do so. Exhale, draw belly in and abdominal lock. Then float your left foot up, flexing the foot for energy and strength and stability here. And then swing the knee out to the side, placing foot on the inside of your standing leg. So your knee is pointing out to the left side of the room. Inhale, let's take our arms up into the air, hold. Very nice. Really getting used to standing a long time on one foot, because that's what's going to be involved as we get into the standing balancing sequence of our class. Let's keep the arms extended now. Swing the left knee, your right knee, no, it is your left knee forward. Lifting knee with the flexed foot, plant the foot into the ground, and then arms down by your side. If you need to, you can kind of roll out the shoulders. Okay. Back to mountain pose, stable on 2 feet. Excellent. Now let's start shifting weight into the left foot, rooting into the floor. We'll inhale to grow tall, lengthen in the spine. Fill up the lungs, exhale, engaging in the center, floating right foot up. And then opening up, here's our hip opener, then placing the foot on the inside of your standing leg. Then inhale, reach up into the air. Exhale to hold the posture, tree pose. Now you might want to take a gaze forward, maybe staring at something out in front of you, like on a shelf or on the wall, or even gaze at something on the floor, something that's not moving that you can just focus on to help you balance, be centered. We can think of our balancing poses as a practice of centering yourself. Very nicely done. It's okay if you wobble or need to step out of the pose or if you lose your balance. All perfect. Let's keep the arms in the air. Let's swing the right knee forward, lifting your knee with the flexed foot. Plant the foot into the ground and then your arms back down by your side. And a little shake of those shoulders. All right, let's go through another flow here, adding on. We'll be coming back to our balancing positions. Inhale, reach into the air. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, monkey pose. Exhale, hands to the floor, walk, step, or hop back, plank, come right down right away, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, extend the right leg up, keep it straight. Left heel plants into the floor or towards the floor for the stretch. Rise up onto tiptoes high, lifting right leg higher. With an exhale, step through. Warrior 1. Rise high. Exhale, opening warrior 2. Hold here. We're going to change this to triangle. Get set up for triangle. So you're going to straighten the front leg here. Feel very tall and lifted through the torso. We're going to reach out over the straight right leg and then rotate the body, right hand down, left hand up. So triangle pose, just getting a little bit more hamstring stretch here. We're going to add on to this in a moment. A little bit more hamstring stretch, just a different sensation. A couple more breaths here. Now we're sideways and open to the left side of the room. Keep the legs straight, but just come back up to the prepped position. Just come back up right here, and then turn so you're facing the front of your mat. There. Bring your arms down, hinge forward out over the right leg. And just go until you have a natural stop. Mine's about there. And just reach back straight with the arms. See if the arms can get parallel to the floor. So the right leg is straight, and you're lengthening out over that right leg. So a different sensation for the hamstring. A couple more breaths. What helps me to stabilize the leg and the leg in the leg socket is actually lift the toes. Lift the toes and drive the heel of the front foot and maybe the balls of the foot into the floor. It stabilizes the leg and it might allow you to go a little deeper. To get out of this pose, bend the right knee a whole lot, swing the arms forward, rise up, warrior 1. Exhale, fold, hands down, step back, plank pose. Come down, chaturanga. Up dog. And downward facing dog. Then inhale, extend left leg up and hold on the exhale while right heel presses into the floor to get the calf stretch. Rise up onto toes, get toe stretch. Left leg lifts higher, inhale. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat, warrior one. Rise high, reach. Exhale, open, warrior two. Settle in. Find the pose, arrive in the pose. Let's get ready for triangle. So we're straightening the left leg. Reach out over that straight left leg. Angled upper body, rotate the arms. Now the left hand might be at your thigh, knee, shin, maybe even the ground, or bring in those stacked blocks. This is where you could be using the blocks. Okay, notice what's happening in the left hamstring. This might even affect the hips, just depending on how low you might be in the posture. Same thing, you can even lift the toes, drive the heel into the floor to help stabilize the whole leg in its socket. We're rising back up to the prepped position. Turn so you're facing the front of the mat. Bring your arms down. Hinge out over the straight left leg. Bring your arms up to parallel. They're reaching back behind you. Make sure you're lifting your toes. Drive the heel and balls of the foot deeper into the ground to stabilize it. Maybe you can go a little lower. We're going to call this pyramid. Pyramid pose. To come out of pyramid, bend the left knee a whole lot. Swing the arms forward and up, rise up, warrior one. And exhale, fold, hands down to the floor. Step back, plank pose, finish the sequence, come down. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, fill up your lungs. Exhale, hop or step forward to the top of the mat. Long spine, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Come to standing, reaching into the air. Exhale, arms down by your side. Excellent. All right, let's keep adding on some standing balancing poses. Let's do two in this case here. Let's start with, I'm looking at my strap because I'm wondering if I should use the strap for this. I might as well. Okay, because we're going to be extending a leg out to the side. Okay, so grab your strap if you happen to have one, or rope or belt. Place it underneath your right foot, and then hold on to the strap in your right hand, and then just come to a mountain pose here. A couple of breaths, evenness across the feet. Start shifting weight into left foot, root down, inhale, get tall, fill up the lungs, exhale, draw belly in. Now just lift the right foot with the strap and then extend the leg forward. Now you could do this by holding onto your big toe if you could reach it. When we go through the sequence, that's what we'll probably do. But for now, you can just use your strap. Go ahead and just place your left hand on your left hip for now. And then we're going to just take this leg out to the right side of the room as best as you can, while left hand reaches to the left side of the room just to create some balance. We might be here. So this leg could be parallel to the floor. It can certainly be much lower. Just see if you can keep that leg straight. All right? We're going to bend the knee, bring the foot to inner thigh. You're still holding onto the strap for a moment. Take this left arm up into the air, so it's just kind of a tree pose variation, since only one arm is in the air. And then swing this left knee forward, plant the foot, bring this arm down. There we are. Let's do the other side. So we're doing this leg extension, using the strap as a nice resource to help us. And you can even use a wall or a chair if you need something to balance against. Maybe your hand is on a wall or a table or chair. That can help you with balancing too. All right, mountain pose. Now start shifting weight into the right foot. Tall through the spine, inhale, exhale, engage. Let's lift the left foot. Extend the leg forward. See if we can hold that for a few seconds. It might be parallel to the ground. It can even be much lower down here. Right hand on hip. And when you have the hand on the hip, push your pelvis down and try to get taller. Then we'll start slowly swinging the leg out to the left side, trying to keep the whole front body and hips facing forward as well. Right hand reaching out to the right side to help you balance. It's nice using the strap because you don't have to worry about holding onto the foot, especially if you're trying to work with extending the leg. Even if it's really low, that's okay. Now we're going to bend this knee and place the foot on the inside of the standing leg. Right arm up into the air for your tree pose variation. Good. Swing the knee forward, plant the foot down, bring the arm down. And there we are. Okay, let's remove the strap. Let's do another balancing pose. Eagle pose. Now I'm going to turn around for this first part of it, just so I don't get my left and right confused, because I'm going to do the same side as you rather than trying to mirror you. Here we go. Together. Inhale, take both arms up into the air. As you exhale, slowly bring your arms down. Pay attention to your left arm. Bring it down and behind the right, crossing at the elbows, making an X. Turn the palms up, lift the arms like that, okay? And then see if you can wrap up the arms. Put a slight bend in your knees, keep the bend. Put some weight into your right foot, root. Pick up the left leg, cross it entirely over the right leg. This is our eagle pose. Keep squeezing the legs tighter, pull belly in tighter, and even squeeze the arms that are wrapped up together a little tighter. To come out of the pose, first we'll uncross the legs, plant the feet so we're grounded. Let's release the arms, reach out, reach up. Let's go right away to the other side. So we'll reach up into the air. Exhale, slowly bring the arms down. Pay attention to your right arm. Bring it down and behind the left, or underneath the left, making an X. Turn palms forward or up. Lift. And then wrap it all up. Put a little bend in the knees. Put weight into your left foot. Core engagement just to ensure stability. Pick up the right foot, cross the right leg entirely over the left. Wrap it up. There's our eagle pose. Couple more breaths. Squeeze a little tighter. In a way, we're kind of wrapped around the midline. Uncross the legs, plant the feet, unwrap the arms, reach out, reach up. Let's just continue the flow here. Swan dive forward. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, hands to the floor. Hopper, step back, plank pose, come down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, bring the knees to the floor briefly. Bring your blocks. This is where you are. You can use the blocks here. Let's bring the blocks out front, in front of the yoga mat. Keep them there for now. Let's return to down dog. Now, extend right leg up into the air. Hold as we did before. Let's do that calf stretch. Press left heel down. Lift left heel up. Inhale, extend right leg higher. Exhale, right foot to the top of the mat. Now we're going to a high lunge here. Shift the weight back so you find balance. All 10 toes pointing forward. Hinge our way up, high lunge. Now we're going to go into a warrior 3, but we're going to use a variation. Instead of just flying out into warrior 3, we're going to use those blocks out front. Look at the blocks. Hinge forward. Bring the arms down and kind of dive forward so the hands catch the blocks while the left leg just flies up into the air. This is our Warrior 3 variation. Warrior 3, of course, is with the arms extended out front. But just go ahead and keep the hands on the blocks for now. This is one of our balancing poses. Now, I'm moving my blocks over to the right side a little bit and keep the right hand on the stacked blocks. Flex your left foot. Lift the leg. As it lifts, start to feel the whole body turn sideways towards the left side of the room. We're moving into half moon. Another balancing pose, reaching up into the sky. Half moon. Now, bend the right knee. That's the leg you're standing on. Bend it so it feels like you're going down, bending to get closer to the ground. And bring the left foot down to the back end of the mat, coming up to Warrior 2. Reverse your warrior. Take right hand up. Keep reaching into the air. As you reach, extend the right leg. And then reach out over the right leg for triangle. So right hand comes down to the right leg while left hand reaches into the air. We're going to come back to our triangle prep. Turn to the front. Pyramid. All these great hamstring stretches. Bend the right knee. Warrior 1, rise up, reach high. Exhale, fold, hands to the floor. Step back, plank pose, come down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. exhale, downward facing dog. Other side, inhale, extend left leg up, hold it. Just get the right calf working, right heel presses down. Rise up onto the tiptoes, lift left leg higher, inhale. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat, high lunge. Balanced, fly up, high lunge. Hold for a moment. Okay, we're going to do that same transition to our Warrior 3 variation. Hands on the floor or blocks. Bring the arms down, launch yourself forward, catch yourself with those blocks. Right leg floats up into the air. Feel this balance. You can even take one arm out in front of you just to practice the Warrior 3. I'm moving the blocks over to the left side, plant that left hand on the block. Flex right foot that's in the air, lifting the leg. So you start to turn sideways towards the right side of the room. Opening up, and perhaps right hand reaching into the air. Important, I think, to keep this right foot flexed. It keeps that leg strong, it keeps you a little bit more steady. I'm wobbling here, but that right leg activated helps. All right, Warrior 2. So we're bending the left knee so we can get down and closer to the ground to step down, Warrior 2. Reverse the Warrior, left hand reaching up. As you're reaching, extend the left leg. And then come to prepped triangle, and then into triangle. So left hand down, right hand up. Come back to the prepped triangle. Turn to face forward, pyramid. Straight leg. Bend the left knee. Swing the arms forward, rise, Warrior 1. Down to the floor with the hands. Step back, plank pose. Finish. Come down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Jump, step, or walk, both feet up to the top of your mat. Stay on your feet. Inhale, extend spine. Exhale, fold. Weights in the heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Come up to standing, reaching into the air. Exhale, arms down by your side. All right, we're getting a lot of those balancing poses in check. We've got another one, dancer pose. So let's see if we can get into dancer pose. Get a sip of water if you'd like while I adjust my mat. All right, then return to mountain pose. Here's how we'll do this. Start shifting your weight into right foot. Root down very strongly. You're going to pick up the left foot and bend the knee and kick the foot back behind you. With the left hand, palm forward. Swing the arm back behind you and see if you can catch hold of the inside edge of the left foot with the hand. Now in doing so, my left leg and knee went away. But once I've got the foot, squeeze the inner thighs towards each other. Even keep a little bend in this right knee. Then extend your right arm up into the air. This is the beginning of dancer. We're going to take this mildly. Keep that bend in the right knee. Start to tip forward. I like to imagine you're pouring hot water out of a tea kettle. Tip it a little bit, and then extend, right arm forward, and even take this left foot back behind you. And that's the beginning of dancer. You can go a little deeper by bending the right knee more. Pour a little bit more water, and extend outward. It creates more of a back bend here. We're going to rise back up. Inner thighs connect. Release the left foot to the ground. Both arms up into the air. Arms down by your side. All right, if you need to, a little massage for the feet. That's a lot of work just to stand on one foot. Okay, let's do the same thing other side. I'm going to keep facing the same direction so you can see what's happening here. All right, we always like to start very tall and connected in mountain pose. Start shifting weight into the left foot now. Kick the right foot back. Right palms facing forward. Reach back. If you're able, catch the inside edge of the right foot. You probably can't see this, but this knee pulled away. But squeeze it back in towards midline. Bend the left knee. Keep it soft. Left arm extends into the air. Stay here or start to move into dancer. Bend the left knee more. Feel like you're going down. Pour the tea kettle. And extend out with the left hand and right foot, opposite directions. A little bit more, bending the knee, left knee. Tip, extend. Even look out past the left hand. Rise back up. Squeeze inner thighs towards each other. It's okay if you lose your balance, because I just did. Release the right foot. Both arms up into the air. Arms down by your side. Shake all that out. Shoulders, wrists, elbows, feet, toes, knees. All right, now we're going to try a transition. And that transition is the leg extension to tree to dancer, okay? So I want to face you doing this. Mountain pose. Weights in the right foot. I'm going to try to mirror you. Weights in the right foot. Nice long spine, core engaged. We're floating left foot up, bend the knee. With the right hand, now we did it with the strap before, but we're going to use fingers if you can. Reach down, grab hold of the big toe. Get nice and tall again, because you probably bent over to get it. Get nice and tall. Place right hand on hip. Start to extend the left leg. It's okay if it doesn't fully extend. My knee is bent. Then take it out to the side. So you can see how my leg is bent. If you can extend it, extend it. If you need to bend it, bend it. Right arm reaches out to the side. All right, release that big toe. Knee is already bent. Just place the foot on the inside of the leg there. Both arms up into the air. Now, swing the knee forward. Lifting the knee. Actually, you're going to kick the leg back. Swing the left hand back. Catch the outside. Just be easier. Catch the outside edge of the foot. Squeeze legs towards each other. Bend the left knee. I'm sorry, it's your right knee. I'm trying to mirror you. Tip and extend. Bend, tip, and extend. Rise back up, squeeze to inner thighs. Release foot to the floor. Both arms up and both arms down. That's a lot of work for that standing foot and leg. So stretch it out. Okay, that's part of that long transition that's going to happen, okay? We're still missing a pose. We didn't throw in the eagle pose. We will next time. Okay, we're just getting all set up. I need to adjust my mat. Let's do the other side. This time I'm going to face to the side, okay? Shifting weight into your left foot, root down. Nice and tall. We're picking up the right leg. Peace fingers with the right hand. Fold to go get the big toes. Rise back up, extended spine. Left hand on hip. Nice and tall. Find it, then extend the leg. Even if the leg doesn't fully extend. Can you see my leg is not fully extended? Take it out to the side. Take the opposite hand to the opposite side. Hold. Releasing the big toe, bring foot to inner leg, both arms up into the air. Tree pose. Swing right knee forward. Lift it, but then kick it back. Bring right hand down. Catch the outside edge of the foot. Bend the left knee. Hinge. Extend. Bend the knee. Tip, extend. There's your dancer pose. Rise back up. Inner thighs connect. Releasing foot to the floor. Both arms up into the air. Arms down by your side. Shake it out. Good job. Alrighty, now let's see if we can put more balancing together. Let's put that balancing sequence together. It's going to start with eagle pose. Eagle pose to tree. Let's see if I can get this in. I'm just trying to speak through my thought here. Eagle pose to tree, to leg extension, to our dancer pose. That's the sequence. All right, I think I've got it. Let's see if we can do this together. Mountain pose. Take a couple of breaths. Clear your mind. I'm clearing my mind so I can teach this to you properly. Let's start with the arms. Extend the arms out and up, reaching into the sky. Exhale, slowly bring the arms down. Pay attention to your left arm. Bring it down and behind the right, crossing at the elbows. Lift and wrap. Bend the knees slightly. Put weight into the right foot. Lift the left, cross left leg entirely over the right. There's our eagle posture. Next pose is tree. We're going to start with the arms. Release the arms first. Reach out and up. Rise up, uncrossing the leg. Swing the knee out to the side, planting foot on the inside of the standing leg. Tree. Bring left knee forward, lifting knee with the flexed foot. Reach down with the peace finger, see if you can grab big toe. Right arm still extending, get even taller. Extend left leg, even if it's bent. Take left leg to left side, right hand to right side. Now here's the funny part, as far as the transition. Release the big toe. The leg turns inward. So can you see how I'm kicking my knee in and you start to kick the leg back? It's the inner spiral of the leg, so I can catch the outside of the foot there, kind of bring it back to center, and then tip. Here's the next part. The next part is half moon. So we're tipping. Bring your right hand down to the stack blocks or the floor. Release the left foot, extend it out back behind you, opening up sideways. Warrior two. Bring the foot down, warrior two. Reverse the warrior, right hand reaching up into the air, straighten the right leg. We've done this already. Triangle. Right hand comes down, left hand comes up. Feel those lengthening effects. And just simply turn towards pyramid, folding, arms reaching back. Now, bend the right knee. Reach forward, either catch the blocks or reach forward. Launch yourself into warrior three. Rising up nice and tall. Left foot comes to the ground. Reach up into the air. Let's bring the arms back down by your side. That's our balancing sequence. Ooh, how's that right leg? How's the right foot? That's a lot. Let's see if we can do the other side. Okay? Take a few breaths. Let's get centered. This takes a lot of centering and focus. That's what this practice is all about, really. Starting with eagle. Inhale, extend your arms into the air. Exhale, and bring the arms down slowly. Pay attention to your right arm. Bring it down and behind the left. Crossing at the elbows, make your X. Lift, wrap it up. Bend the knees, keep them soft. Shifting weight into left foot. Root. Cross right over left. Eagle pose. Unwrap the arms, reach out, reach up. Rise up, uncrossing the leg. Swing the knee out to the side. Tree pose. Second balance. Swing right knee forward, lifting knee, flexed foot. Right hand comes down, peace finger, see if you can find big toe. Rise back up, nice and tall. Then extend right leg, even if it's not fully extended. Right leg to right side, left hand to left side. All right, we start to fold forward a little bit, inner spiral with the right leg, so we can send this right leg and foot behind, left arm forward. Bend the left knee, tip, extend. So we're in dancer. Do it again. Bend, tip, extend. Half moon, tip, bringing left hand to the floor or blocks. Releasing the right leg, extend and flex the foot. Opening up towards the right side of the room. Warrior two, bend the left knee so you can bring the right foot down to the floor at the end of the mat.
Warrior 2, reverse your warrior, left hand up, straighten the left leg. Now triangle. Left hand down, right hand up. Turn to face forward and come low, pyramid. Bend the left knee. See if you can now launch yourself out into Warrior 3. You can use the blocks. Hinge your way up. As the arms and torso come up, bring the right foot down next to the other. Keep breathing, reach high, look up, slight back bend, exhale, swan dive. That's our standing balancing sequence. Inhale, monkey pose. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back, plank pose, come down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Excellent. We're going to give our feet a little bit of a break. We're going to flip upside down. Let's go to shoulder stand. So what you'll do, if you can, hop forward, cross your legs somewhere way up near the front edge of your mat so you can roll back. You need some space behind you so you can roll back and lift. Catching yourself in your hands. Now at the moment my hands are at my low back. This is nice because you can literally sit. The legs are straight, but they're free. And in this position with the legs angled as they are, there's no strain to my neck and shoulders. I just have to hold myself up. So you can stay just like this. More traditionally, you can walk your hands more towards mid-back, which frees up the hips and that allow you to extend the legs straight up. I can show you. So hands to low or mid-back, legs all the way up, like that. I'm going to stay here, but you can still have some mobility in the legs. I like to do a little bicycle pedaling here. But mostly the feet. Feet are free. After all that balancing, so you may want to move the feet, flex the feet, point your toes, circle the ankles. Wiggle your toes if you can. We're going to move into fish after this, after a couple breaths. We're going to roll our way down. Come up to seated for a moment, and then carefully roll back down. Lying flat. Now, you're going to bring both arms underneath you. So I roll to one side so I can get one whole arm straight as can be underneath, lie on it, and do the other side. So your arms are straight underneath you, even squeeze the shoulder blades together, and you're pretty much just sitting on your hands. Long legs, point your toes. Press into the floor with the elbows with the attempt to lift your upper body. Arch the back, tip the head back, even rest the top of your head gently on the ground. Really lifting high through your heart center. This is fish pose. 3 more breaths. Then, to come out of the pose, lift your head, tuck your chin in towards chest, lie back down. Once you're down, release your arms, lie flat on the ground for a little preview to Shavasana. We're not quite there yet. Bring both knees into chest. And some circles here, just for some relief in the hips and low back. Again, the feet are free, so feel free to give them a little wiggle. Again, after all that balancing work. Yeah, and it's okay if you weren't able to get into those poses entirely or could hold them for too long as you attempted and just did your very best. Even if you lost your balance or needed to step out of those poses and came right back to it, that is it. That is a success. Let's take happy baby pose. Take the legs wide, take the feet up, grab hold of the bottoms of the feet, press down, and there's that nice stretch. So if you're holding onto the soles of the feet, knees are bent, pressing gently down, knees are moving down towards the floor on either side of the room, or either side of your body. Nice long spine here perhaps too. And I can even wiggle my toes. Let's do one more hip opener. Bring the soles of the feet together.
And then bring the feet all the way down to the floor. Let the knees fall naturally open to the left and right side. And then you can kind of relax a little bit more here. Deep breaths. Even check in with your breathing. Perhaps moving through that sequence. You know, it takes a lot of energy. You might have even held your breath or breathing quickly. And this is an opportunity to come back to those slow, deep breaths as we move into relaxation. Let's go ahead and bring the knees together. Give yourself another hug. As you draw the knees in, perhaps press low back down towards the ground to lengthen the spine. We're getting ready for a twist. So go ahead and take your knees over to the left side. Extend your right arm off to the right side. Settle in. Three more breaths. When you're ready, return to center. You might even pause in center, allowing your spine to realign. And when you're ready, taking knees over to the right side. Left arm extends to the left side. And three more breaths. And bring the knees back up to center, pause, and then extend the legs straight out in front of you. This leaves a few more minutes for us to comfortably relax into Shavasana. Even though we have only a few minutes until the end of the hour, you're welcome to stay here as long as you'd like. But for now, just settle in, perhaps close your eyes, take a journey inward, centering yourself in this relaxing state of mind and body. And once again, stay here as long as you'd like. When you are ready to move, just take 5 slow, deep breaths. Allowing movement to slowly return to your body. And then sometime after your 5th breath, move in slow motion. Carefully roll onto either side of your body into a nurturing pose. And still moving in slow motion, just rise up, coming to a seated posture. You can sit nice and tall with a lengthened spine, maybe crossing your legs. Arms relaxed down by your side, hands in your lap. Take a breath. And one more movement together. Inhale, extend your arms into the air. Exhale, bring your palms together and down to your heart. Hold here in stillness, taking one more breath. And as we come to the close of our practice together, we bow, saying Namaste.